Welcome, guys, back to the SOA Show. Today, we're coming out of the Holy Quran with the message of the week. So, let's get started. We're coming with two of them. The first one is coming out of chapter 40, the believer. Section 9, base for a so-called nobody. Section 9, something is about to be born. The end of opposition. The end, the definite end of opposition. Allah is he who made the cattle. And if you know, cattle has many stomachs. Cattle has many uses, far as inside the house as well as for eating. They even symbolize women as cattle. Allah is he who made the cattle for you, that you may ride on some of them, and some of them you eat. And there are advantages in them for you, and that you may attain through them a need which is in your breast. And on them and on ships you are born. And he shows you his signs. Which then of Allah's signs will you deny? Do they not travel in the land and see what was the end of those before them? They were more numerous than these, and greater in strength and in fortifications in the land. But what they earned avail them not, avail them nothing. Then when their messengers came to them with clear arguments, they exalted in what they had, of numerous strength and numerous people. But there were some that was even greater than them and stronger than them, that was already showed as a sign. But the book says, then when the messengers came, more than one, came to them with clear arguments, unite. They exalted in what they had with them of knowledge, and that at which they used to mock befell them. At what they used to joke about. You're small in numbers. Your fortification. Look at their fortification in the land. Look how weak they are. And that at which they used to mock befell them. So when they saw our punishment, such is Allah's law, the universal law. That's why I'm saying, stop talking about Black people in a negative manner and focus on your faith. Focus on your works. Focus on your mustard seed. Because that's the need. God don't need all that you talking about black folks. Don't need that today. Whichever takes its course in the matter of his servants, and there the disbelievers are lost. Okay, we're gonna go through another. Guiding you through this week. Storm up there north. Chapter 35. The originator. The originator. And that is chapter 35. Test justice. Test the justice. You say you just? Test the waters and see how just it is. They say they just. Test the waters and see how just it is. Section 3. Test again. Test. A new generation will be raised, like it or not. Oh, men, talking to the men, it is you that have need of a law, have need of the creator of us all. And a law is self-sufficient, the praised one. No need for none of us to get praise. If he please, he will remove you and bring a new creation. What you doing? If you don't do right, God will raise another generation up to do what you're doing and show you what you're doing, what you was doing, and what you should have been doing. Remove you. And this is not hard to a law. And no burden soul can bear another's burden. You can't put your burden soul on another. You have to heal your own soul, okay, with the help of Allah. Spirit within others, but they can't do it. You have to do it. And if one weighed down by a burden, cause another to carry his load, talking to the men. A burden can be a job or some work or responsibilities. And if one weighed down by a burden, cause another to carry his load, carry it for him. Not of it will be carried. God put that on your shoulders to make you stronger. Even though he be near of kin. Thou warnest only those who fear their Lord in secret and keep up prayer. Stop playing and get about the business of being men. And whoever purifies himself only for his own good. He's not purifying himself as a man for his children or his companion or the community. You're purifying yourself for your own good. And to Allah is the eventual coming back to the Creator. And the blind and the seeing are not alike. How you gonna talk that talk to the blind as if they see. But when you talk that talk to the ones that can see, you don't talk that talk like you talk that talk. Why? Then why do it? Why say something about an individual when you can't say it to them in their face? If you can't say it to them in their face, then it's best not to say it at all. When somebody bring you bad news about an individual, you should look deep into it. For if you just go in haste, you may hurt somebody that was innocent. Best thing to say is take it to the individual and say, tell such and such what you told me. Don't put that burden on me. Put that burden where it's supposed to be, to clear it up. I can't clear it up for you. I can help be an in-between, but when it comes down to it, I'll be out of it as you deal with it. Nor the darkness and the light. The light is in the energy, the frequency, the vibrations, the vitamin D, the melanin of the sun that gives you life. But in the dark, it's the shadow of the sun. You're not getting as much, if any, at all. Nor the shade and the heat. In the heat, it causes your pores to open. In the shade, your pores close. Certain parts on your body in the heat swell. Certain parts of your body in the shade shrink. Certain parts in your body in the shade grow. Certain parts of your body in the heat shrink. Neither are the living and the dead alike. The dead, physically living person is able to go about and display the spirit of Allah to us all. A dead person is a dead carcass. The spirit has left that dead body and may jump into somebody else, wickedly spirit or righteous spirit. Then it could be on a mental, psychological, spiritual level. The living is not like the dead. The dead has not yet reached the light as they should. God has not turned on their light bulb yet. The living, their light bulb is on and they are shining. They are doing marvelous works that's being displayed all over the world in one shape or form, all over the world in a connection. Neither are the living and the dead alike. Surely Allah, God, whatever name you want to call him by, makes whom he pleases hear. If he please for you to hear, then you hear. But if he don't want you to hear, you don't hear it. And thou canst not make those hear who are in the graves. If you are in a grave state, a bad state, most likely you won't hear certain messages. You won't hear certain truths. You won't get certain truths because nobody is bringing it to you because they're in the grave with you. How can a person be in the grave but hear? Because if a person could hear and in the grave, would that be someone like a satanic person? How dare you be able to hear and know the ones in the grave can't hear and not be a messenger or person to resurrect them up out of their graves? But a person in their grave with them obviously is in the grave too. It takes a person that's not in the grave to resurrect them up out of the grave to hear. Thou art not but a warner, a warning sign. Not the warning, just a warning sign, a warner of the warning. Surely we have sent you with the truth as a bearer of good news and a warner. This is good news. What's the good news for the week? A warning. And more information of showing you the works of a law. And there is not a people, but a warner has gone among them. There's not a people on the planet that a warner has not came to you. There's not one. You can't find not one that has not had a warner come to you. And if they reject you, those before them also rejected. Their messengers came to them with clear arguments, not ambiguous, not something that they couldn't understand, not in their own language, not in their own understanding. And it was so clear, yet they rejected it. Like those before them rejected it. Their messengers came to them with clear arguments and with scriptures that they supposedly know, scriptures that they supposedly read, scriptures that they supposedly understand, and with illuminating book. Illuminating. Then I seized those who disbelieved. Seized them. When you seize something, you come full force. There's no way out. You try to go to the front, back, left, right, you're surrounded. So how terrible was my disapproval. Now that we got that one out the way, let's look up some things on that, family. Let's define a couple of words here. Illuminating book. Illuminating book. Verb. A flash of lightning illuminated the house. A light up, light up, light up, throw light on, cast light upon, brighten, make brighter, shine on, flood with light, flood light, irradiate, illumine, illumine, decorate a building or structure with lights for a special occasion. A book could be a person. 2, decorate a page or initial letter in a manuscript with gold, silver, or colored designs. 3, help to clarify or explain a subject or matter. Clarify, elucidate, explain, reveal, make clear, shed light on, cast light on. Then he sees those who disbelieve. Let's look up sees. He sees them. After I give you a book, and with a book that's decorated, shining more light, expressing more light, making it clearer, and you reject it, he sees them. Take hold of suddenly and forcefully. Grab, grasp, snatch, seize hold of, grab hold of, take hold of, lay hold of, lay one's hands on, get one's hands on, take a grip of, grip, clutch, take, pluck. 2, take an opportunity or initiative eagerly and decisively. 3, of a feeling or pain, affect someone suddenly or acutely. 4, strongly appeal to or attract the imagination or attention. Then I seize those who disbelieve. So how terrible, terrible, extremely, an adjective, extremely or distressingly bad or serious. Synonyms, it was dreadful, awful, appalling, horrific, horrifying, horrible, horrendous. You think the government put fear in you. Extremely unpleasant or disagreeable. Nasty, disgusting, very unpleasant, awful, dreadful, ghastly, horrid, extremely incompetent or unskillful. 2, causing or likely to cause terror, sinister. How terrible was my disapproval, Allah speaking. What comes after that? The elect. The elect. Okay. What comes after the one with the end of opposition? What comes after that? Hamim, base for truth, invitation to the truth. Invitation to the truth, and on the other one, the elect. Okay? Like some things may be changing around this week. Liking it or not. That being stated, family, hope you got some clarity out of that. Keep your heads up, stay focused, and read. Peace.